Should you pull for Leo's FR and BT? His roles are going to be a melee attacker, battery, delay, and true damage. Call for Precision Strike is skill 1. It is 6 HP attacks. It grants the buff Leader for 6 turns, and that gives the party HP regen of 20% of their max HP. It inflicts the debuff Precision Strike for 6 turns, and it is a high turn rate attack. Master Blade is skill 2. It is 8 HP attacks with 150% splash. It delays the target by 2 turns. It grants the allies brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt, and it is high turn rate. Shock, his EX, it is 6 split HP attacks. It gives 1 free ability use to Leo, and it grants the buff Justalian Loyalty for 6 turns. That buff, in essence, makes it so that whenever Leo attacks, he increases his brave by 20% of the HP damage he deals. Call for Ferocity, his LD, is 7 HP attacks, and it grants the party brave by 150% of Leo's attack. It delays the target by 2 turns, and it inflicts the debuff Precision Strike for 6 turns. Final Shock, his BT, it lasts for 8 turns. It grants the party HP cap up of 30%, and it gives Leo's follow-up attack. Leo's follow-up attack is a total of 4 HP attacks, and it triggers whenever anyone in the party attacks an enemy inflicted with Leo's debuff Precision Strike. It can be Leo, it could be someone else. As long as the enemy has Precision Strike, Leo's gonna do his follow-up attack. His force conditions, you're getting a 45% whenever anyone attacks an enemy debuffed with Precision Strike. The second condition is 30% when you're dealing a single target brave attack. Leo's pros, my guy is a very simple unit to comprehend. Damage, 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 and damage. That's what he does best. And in terms of being a single target DPS unit, he's the best in the game. He still is going to be a top tier single target attacker for a very long while. And I do consider him to be a better DPS unit than Tifa, but I'll get into that a little bit later why. He has a very strong delay. Keep in mind, it's only a single target delay, it's not AoE, but still the fact that you're able to consistently delay an enemy by 2 turns with more than 1 skill in your kit is very helpful. Because Leo's follow-up doesn't just trigger from his own attacks, the fact that other people can trigger it too, it makes his off-turn damage a lot more reliable. It's similar to Noctis that his follow-up triggers a lot in a fight. It's very consistent, and it makes his damage a lot better than if his follow-up was just after he attacked. His FR conditions are very simple. All you need is a single target attacker and an enemy with Precision Strike. Almost every single one of his attacks applies the Precision Strike debuff. It's very, very easy, and you can absolutely use it as your main FR if you need to. Lastly, with Leo, despite the fact that he's a very damage-heavy unit, he actually has a surprising amount of battery. Remember that one of his buffs always increases his brave by 20% of the HP damage he deals. So whenever he attacks, he's always gonna have brave. You have moves like his skill 2 or his LD who give brave to the other allies, not just himself. With his buff Leader, the party getting an HP regen every turn. What I like about Leo compared to other DPS units in the game, he's not nearly as selfish as them. He's not gonna substitute for your main support, of course, but that little extra bit of auras helps tremendously. Leo's cons. If you're not able to apply that Precision Strike debuff on the enemy, at least consistently, Leo's viability goes down a lot. For him to work properly, for him to be the top tier that he can be, you need to have that Precision Strike debuff active. If it's not there, Leo doesn't do good. And also, one other downside with Precision Strike, you can only apply it to one enemy. If you have multiple enemies on the board and you're attacking one enemy with Precision Strike, if you try to attack the other enemy and you apply the Precision Strike debuff there, it goes away from the other enemy that you attacked. You can only apply the debuff on one enemy at a time, which, to be honest, I understand why they did that. It would be very broken if Leo could apply that to multiple enemies at a time. It's really not that big of a con in my opinion, but it is still worth mentioning at least. As amazing as he is, and believe me, he is an amazing attacker. He isn't that unique from other attackers that we've had already. You know, if you already have a good amount of DPS units in your roster already, you don't really have a need to get Leo. Given the timing of his banner showing up and looking at all the other broken units that are going to be coming in the future, I would place Leo on a lower priority than some other units. He is absolutely not necessary for your team at all if you already have a well-established pool of characters. I would more recommend Leo to new players who don't necessarily have that go-to DPS unit. I think Leo would be a really good starting choice for you. For veterans, I would maybe not prioritize him as much. My should you pull rating for Leo is going to be an S. He's a good unit. He's good, good, good. However, it's not like we haven't seen other units like him before. And also, like the Rubicante, Aerith, and Kina debacle, a lot lot of good units are going to be coming back to back to back, and you're going to have to choose one over the other. I'm personally skipping on him, but I do know he's going to be a very, very good unit for people to use. That's going to be the strategy pool video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!